What you say, Nick?
You alright, Rick?
Yeah, I'm good. The channel obviously don't know, Instagram knows, but YouTube don't know. So Arthur's obviously sold his Golf R now. He's now bought this new beast.
Yep.
So do you want to go over some details on what we've got coming up?
Storm Developments have built the car, no expense spared. Basically, they've had the build took over 2 years. They've done a huge amount of work to it. It's running massive turbo, 10 injectors. It's had a fully race-built engine. Huge amounts of work.
So it's a TTRS, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could call it a TTRS, but it's not really a TTRS anymore. It's just had so much done to it. But yeah, it is mega. It's running Bugatti Veyron fuel pump.
Wow.
I mean, it just guzzles, really. But I've taken you for a quick spin around the block earlier, and it is
like a motorbike.
It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It'd probably kill a motorbike, wouldn't it? Really?
Oh yeah, it's just absolutely mental. And we were in low boost, so God knows what high boost is like. I'm too scared to even try it.
It's literally on its tiptoes, isn't it?
It was wheeling, I think. Yeah, the front wheels, I felt them in the air. I'm sure when we were doing 30 mile an hour.
And this is on low boost. So what's it running roughly low boost? Do you think?
I just don't know about figures, but basically the horsepower figures for the people out there who are all about the horsepowers. I'm kind of all about the horsepower as well, but it was on the front cover of Performance Audi magazine, and it had been dynoed at 902 horsepower, I think. And basically, we aim to get it to 1,000 or just over. We just need to upgrade the turbo. So it's going to be the same turbo. We're just going to send it back to Precision, and they're going to take out the insides and put a bigger compressor wheel in it and do some other bits and bobs just to get it to that extra horsepower.
So is it around 900 brake spec now, or like? Cause
it's 900 spec now,
fuel, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs race fuel to achieve those figures basically. But I'm told that on high boost, on normal 9 to 9, it runs 800. You put race fuel in it, it will go to 900. When you've done the turbo modification, it'll be 1,000, hopefully maybe just over. Right. But yeah, I mean, that's the sort of level we want it at. I mean, it's already doing 0 to 100 in just over 4 seconds.
0 to 100 miles per hour?
Yeah, and just a smidge over 4. And it's actually got I'm going to get shot for this, but I think it's got the world record for the Audi TT world record. It did 100 to 200 kilometres an hour in 3.6 seconds.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, we're looking to beat that though, obviously.
Yeah, because you're going to run more power, yeah?
Yeah, we're running more power, but it's not always about that. Will at VRS had a really interesting conversation with my dad about trying to get the weight right and the balance of the suspension and everything else. So it's not all about power at this point. So we're going to concentrate heavily on getting good grip and good launches and everything else, and trying to change gear at the right time. Andy from Storm Development's still got to do some work on the car. He'll be looking after it the whole time.
And this was this actually Andy's car?
It was Andy's car, yeah. So we paid quite a bit for it, but it's so worth it. It's just such an amazing
proven
car.
and tested.
You just smile every time you're in it. You smile. It's just an absolute beast.
So it's a fully built engine,
fully
gearbox,
built.
Clutch packs are just everything.
Clutch packs are from Russia. It's got some real trick bits on it. It's got a special inlet as well to let more boost in. It had to be all machined and balanced for the inlet. It's got a fuel flex, which means it will register any fuel you put in it.
If it's bad fuel.
Yeah, even if it's bad fuel, even if it's crappy fuel. It will register that and readjust the ECU map for that.
And it's running the Cyvex, you said, as well, was it?
Running the Cyvex ECU, absolutely next level, which means it's got built-in traction control, launch control, the whole works. It's got rolling launch control, it's got anti-lag, the whole works. And wherever we are in the world, Andy can log into the ECU and have a look at how we're performing and make changes live whilst we're somewhere, basically.
And this is thanks to the Cyvex, or?
It's thanks to the Cyvex, yeah. It really is incredible. I would highly recommend. I didn't even know that they could do all of that beforehand. I just thought they were expensive ECUs, but now I know what they can do. They're actually, in my eyes, cheap. So this
running low boost, is this like the most savage car you've driven or ever, like, kind of?
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's the whole drama and experience of the car. When the revs sort of go up, it just sort of, it howls like a Lamborghini type of howl, It's just so aggressive.
Yeah, it is.
And you've experienced that now for yourself. So if you can imagine what extra boost would be like, and race fuel and everything else. So it's definitely very impressive. I must admit, we're quite worried about my dad driving it because the 600 horsepower Golf R was really something, but this is next level.
This is next level.
This is the fastest car I've ever driven in my life, and I've driven a lot of fast cars. So by far as well, this is crazy. Right. I've only driven it once in high boost, and I remember came home that night and rang you and just said I'm still trying to get over it. It was just terrifying, really. It was just really terrifying.
So slaughter the RS6, slaughter the Golf R.
Oh man, my RS6, as my friend Andy says, the RS6 is just a support van now, basically. So it is literally just we turn up with spare parts or whatever in the back of it. It really doesn't even feel like it's moving in comparison.
But your car's looking nice with those.
Looks nice. Looks nice. Yeah.
This looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. That's about it. Yeah. As far as power wise, it's all out the window now. This
power
is
to weight though, isn't it? So this is what are they roughly weight wise?
Well, we want to try and get it down to 1300. So it sounds almost too little, but apparently that's what they don't weigh too much more than that stock. So we're going to do some lightweight mods. We've got lightweight subframe coming for it and all sorts of real trick bits. Yeah. We're possibly going to have some parts remade as well. Some heavy parts that are on the car already. We have them remade into lighter parts. Yeah. So it's just going to be Project 2019, basically.
Yeah. So we've got some big plans, right? Like,
massive. Yeah.
Do you want to give any hints of
what's quite yet? We've got 3 videos planned with Living Life Fast 2019. One of them where my dad's going to be racing a hypercar. We're not going to say which one it is at the moment, or potentially even racing 2 or 3 different hypercars. Yeah. We've worked out some calculations, and my dad's car will beat those hypercars, and they are in the millions of pounds. Those cars.
Wow. Just to give people an example as well, a Bugatti does 100 to 200 in
5.2 seconds.
And this does it in
3.6.
So there you
and
go,
that was its original figure. Like once the work's been done, we're hoping for 3.3, 3.4 maybe. I don't know how much of an increase we could get, but it's going to be ridiculous. Yeah.
So like you said, the aim is getting it down to the ground, right?
Yeah, we're trying to find someone brave enough to do a top speed run in it as well. I don't really know what sort of speed it would do.
Hear that, guys?
I think maybe that could be Rick. I don't know.
No.
But someone's got to have some life insurance.
Yeah,
basically to go out.
Because it's geared to do like silly speeds, right?
Someone said to me it might even achieve 250 mile an hour because it's where it's like really aerodynamic as well. I really don't know what it would achieve, but it would be interesting to see.
Daredevil's going to.
We just need to find someone brave enough. I don't know whether that's
anyone out there.
My friend Watson, yeah, we're gonna have to ask his wife, I think, like, for permission. Do you know what I mean? Like he said he's up for it, but we don't know whether we're brave enough to, just go ahead with the whole thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, certainly.
So we've got a hypercar race coming. We've obviously going to do a normal feature on it.
We're going to do a reaction video as well, where potentially my dad's going to take some of his elderly friends out in it, shall we say? Hopefully they're going to be in good health condition, because otherwise the video could go really wrong. But that could be quite funny. And also just a regular review like we did with the Golf R, where you just a chat with Arthur and, how's it going, and go for a drive. You know what he's like. He'll probably start racing someone when you're out with him or whatever. But yeah. So and that's just the 3 that we've got planned. But we've also got a bolt on to that where we're actually going to video it live on the dyno, so that we can show everybody exactly what numbers they are, and to know that they're not inflated numbers or numbers that I've just plucked out of thin air. Right. So we are.
What made Arthur buy this then?
I think it was me. I pushed and pushed. As soon as I drove the car, tell you what it was. He wanted something quicker than the Golf R. So then we started talking about the R32 with a turbo conversion. Yeah. And then everyone was saying, they're hard to modify and they're expensive and all this sort of thing. So then someone said, maybe you should talk about the RS3. And then we discovered they're not very aerodynamic. Yeah. So it's like all the planets align. Because we went and saw Andy because the guy you did the video on the R32, I don't know his name, forgive me, but he's... Abs is it? Yeah, he's such a helpful guy. He's like pretty much the pivotal reason how we ended up at Storm. So thank you very much to him for pointing me in the right direction and giving me some good tips. So we went to see Storm, and we sort of kept looking at his car, and I knew that he wanted to upgrade to the new TTRS, which he has done now. Right. And it was just the right time, right place. pretty much right money. Like we had to, spend a few weeks thinking about it because it was a lot. But
yeah, because you was originally going to build, like, you was
we were going to build,
scratch,
yeah. And in the end, it just turned out that the TT's more aerodynamic. I'm thinking about things like I've never thought about them before. I've never thought about how aerodynamic a car is, and it turns out that TT's built for speed much better than the Golf. I mean, it's common sense, I should think. A lot of people would think it was common sense.
It's almost like a tear shape, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that flat, sporty look, isn't
Yeah.
it? But the RS3, someone said it's like trying to hurl a brick through the air. But they're not very aerodynamic. And also there's something wrong with the air that goes underneath the back bumper. That it catches on the back bumper or something or other. But so we just decided that this was the best thing because it's done, it's ready. My dad's not getting any younger. He didn't want to wait 6 months for a Golf build because then the season would be almost over again.
Yeah.
We want to get cracking on 2019, like ASAP.
Going in with a bang, boy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year. So I anticipate at least 4 videos, one of them being the dyno day. That'll be the first one. And Storm Developments have got a new dyno. Possibly new dyno being fitted, so it'll be on that one, or it'll be somewhere where it can handle it, because the last time it was put on a dyno, it actually tried to break away from the dyno. So they all panicked and said if it breaks away, it's going to obviously write the car off. So they were trying to strap it down and all sorts, but it was just, because it's got such a short wheelbase, apparently, it was just like crazy trying to hold on to the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, well, I drove a stock. Well, sorry, it was a Stage 1 Storm Developments TTRS, and I had the back end out, mate.
Yeah. I mean, they're just so lively. But we're very keen to get the right suspension on it. We're in talks with a few people at the moment about getting the right suspension on it.
You've got some wheels going on, haven't you? Like you said.
Yeah, Spiri wheels. They're just really best bang for buck. Absolutely, they're 100%. They look amazing. They're light, and really good quality.
So when can we expect the first video, man? Because everyone's probably like, no, we want to see a video now. Like,
it's got to be latest by February, guys. So we're going to try and get it in. It all depends on Andy's workload because he's the only person we trust with the car. But we're going to try and get the new turbo on sometime in January. And then we'll take it to the dyno in February and have about 10 people on the roof trying to hold it down whilst we do a mad run on it, basically. So, as soon as we've got those 4 figures, it'll be a lifelong dream for my dad as well. And I can't believe my 76-year-old father would have got to 1,000 horsepower before me. It just doesn't even compute. But
there's nowhere to go after that as well, isn't there?
Not really, no.
Really, if you can mathematically stay with hypercars.
We spoke to a guy at VMAX who had a 2,200 horsepower GTR, and I knew the guy meant business because he had a parachute on the back, like literally, and my dad, you could just see on his face, he was eyeing it up. And he was thinking, that could be next, I'm thinking he's probably mad enough to do that as well. And who knows, because that particular GTR, I think it only weighed 1,500 or 1,600 kilograms. Again, I'll probably get shot for that. But I know it was very, very light. It had all been stripped out, and that car was, they reckon that car can do 275 mile an hour. So he might get to the stage where he might go and buy that, but he'll just give it to you and me to drive around for him and film it. I don't know. Who knows whether he'll go out on it? He might be a bit. I don't know. Maybe he won't hang up his driving gloves.
Well, I think that is the only logical next step, isn't it? It's got to be like twin turbo Lambo or something, isn't it? Or
it's got to be
maybe.
crazy. Yeah, R8 maybe is more affordable because he's still a pensioner, but he's a pensioner that loves cars.
But okay, Nick, man. Well, guys, we've got some really interesting videos. I can't wait to get a drive if I do get a drive, obviously. But honestly, looking at it, you can see it's really stock looking.
Ricky's definitely going to be driving this. You lot have got to see his reaction.
This could be the one that breaks me, you reckon, yeah?
Definitely, yeah. Earlier on, it was scary enough doing
Ridiculous.
a wheelie, but Rick's going to love the
drive.
drive.
Sorry, you didn't even say it. Revs to 9,400 RPM, did you say?
Just over 9,000 revs, yeah.
Wow. Screams, guys,
we're changing
honestly.
gear slightly before that, but it just goes off the clock. And it goes so quick off the clock as well. You don't know where you are. You're in a new land, and you know what I mean? It's crazy.
All right, Nick, so I think I'll end the video there, man.
Definitely.
Guys, as always, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.
used to the length of this.
What do you mean? Oh, it's longer than the car.
It's longer than my last car.
Right.
So the doors are going to shut okay. That's good. Well, there we are. Put it to bed.
You left the lights on, or are you alright?
No,
if it's on auto, it'll just take care of itself.
it does. It'll switch itself off in a minute. Anyway, I wish you all good night.
Yeah, nice one, Alpha. See you soon.